Welcome to Yoga for Teachers. My name is Tamara. I'll be leading our practice today. So today is Earth Day. Yay! Normally it's a day where, a lot of people are out planting trees and kind of celebrating this earth that we stand upon, kind of reconnecting ourselves to the earth. Unfortunately, we're in self-quarantine. But I think that there's a lot of connection between us being in self-quarantine and Earth Day. And so this week I selected our intention is surrender. So surrender, that's a big idea. It hits people very close to their hearts immediately sometimes. And so as I was thinking about what I wanted to say this morning, I, allowed stillness to come into myself so that the message could be released out of me, as opposed to me trying to pick and choose and figure out, exactly what are the right words to say to help people to understand the importance of letting go and surrendering into a moment. And so I'm going to start with this. It's a haiku from John Paul Lederach. It says, "We really don't know how deep and wise the heart's well flows until we do. We really don't know how deep and wise the heart's well flows until we do." And that's from John Paul Lederach, as I said before. And so my talk today is going to be kind of breaking apart that very short poem. It's a haiku, because there's so much in there that connects to our yoga and meditation practice that we're now coming up onto a month of Yoga for Teachers, which is so exciting. So the first thing I want to talk about is the fact that he says how deep and wise the heart's well flows. So in the practice of yoga, we often connect to the chakras, right? The chakras are the energy channels that flow down the center of the body. There's thousands of energy channels throughout the body, but the chakras are kind of those main energy points throughout the body. And the heart chakra, right? So you'll probably notice there's several times throughout our practice that I always say, bring your hands to your heart, right? Bow towards your heart. The heart is, in yoga, it's considered the connection, the portal between kind of the physical body, right? These lower chakras, and the spiritual body, right? These upper chakras, right? It's that transition point between kind of the physical and the kind of spiritual. And so the heart, anahata, right, is the seat of our soul. It's where the little I, right, that physical I, right, that person that walks around on this earth every single day, meets the big I, right? Whether that's the universe for you, whether that's God for you, whether that's your inner voice, whatever you consider that big I, that voice that guides you, right? Some people say it's their gut, right? Whatever that is, that's that big I. And all of that lives within our hearts, right? Everything that we know to be true in this world lives inside of our hearts. Everything that we know about what we should and should not be doing lives inside our hearts, right? That's anahata. And so when he says how deep and wise the heart's well flows, right? That's, to me, where surrender comes in, right? Are we able to let go, right? Take a moment to let go, find stillness, and dive deep into our hearts, right? There's a yoga group that I'm a part of, and we often ask each other, how is your heart doing today? Right? Because we know that sometimes when we ask, how are you doing today? People think up here, right? People think, let me think about how I'm feeling. Or they move down here, right, to the physical. How do I physically feel? Do I have any aches or pains today? But when we move into how is your heart today, that takes us into a deeper place within ourselves, right? What is your inner voice telling you about what you are currently experiencing? So when we surrender to that, when we let go of the mental, we let go of the physical, we can flow with whatever the universe is trying to say to us. We can flow with the message that the universe is trying to send us. As educators, I talk about this every week, right? There's so much pressure on educators right now to keep the teaching going, right? And I've been talking to my educator friends and I've been asking them, in this time of self-quarantine, in this time where we're all away from each other and you're expected to continue to teach, what does it mean to teach? What does it mean to be an educator right now? It has to mean so much more than the core content. It has to mean so much more than the standards. We have to let go of trying to replicate what has happened, what used to happen in the school building in our homes. Because by doing that, all we're doing is holding on to the past, right? Causing pain and suffering in all of our lives as we notice all of the inequities once again, right? The inequities that were there before, but that have been exacerbated by the situation that we are currently living in. We notice all of the lack of, whether that's lack of within the students that we serve, whether that's lack of that we feel within ourselves. We don't feel as though we're doing enough, but we are enough, right? That poem that we talked about last week, we are enough, right? The English lesson is, I am is a complete sentence. So if we surrender into this moment, if we let go of all the expectations of what should be and surrender into what is, then we can flow with the universe, right? He says, how deep and wise the heart's well flows. What does it mean to flow? It means to go with the stream, right? Not against the stream. The universe is taking us somewhere. We don't know yet where the universe is taking us. We don't know what the reason is for this moment just yet. But if we surrender and let go of holding on, of hoping that we'll get back to whatever normal is and flow with the moment, then it will take us wherever we need to be. And on the other side, when we look back, right? When we look back on this moment, we'll see, oh, that's why. And so I think it's really poignant that it's Earth Day today, right? There's been so many posts and articles that have come out that have kind of alluded to this idea that maybe this moment is about the Earth forcing all of us inside so that she can regenerate herself, right? That she needs a moment of release, a break from the constant go, go, go of human activity to regenerate. And so on this Earth Day, we'll meditate. And hopefully, my hope for you is that you'll find some message from your heart, right? That you'll find a little bit of, or you'll be able to open up just a little bit more to let go of whatever it is that is no longer serving you, so that you can hear the voice, your inner voice, tell you what you really need. Meditation gives us that opportunity to be still long enough to hear that voice. And then our physical flow, right? In yoga, we call it a flow already, allows us to connect and understand how do we take that, what we learn in stillness, and hold on to it, right? Continue to listen to our hearts, even as we start to move. So we're gonna go ahead and meditate. If you've been sitting cross-legged like I have this entire time, you can uncross and recross your legs in the other direction. If you're going to be using the playlist that I provided from Spotify, you're welcome to go ahead and start that playlist now. And just find a comfortable seat. You don't have to sit cross-legged. You're welcome to sit with one or both legs straight out in front of you, whatever is an easy seat for you. And just bringing your palms to your lap. If it's comfortable for you, closing your eyes. If not, taking a soft gaze towards the ground. And just beginning to breathe. Not trying to control the breath. Just noticing the inhales and the exhales. Connecting with yourself. Asking yourself, how is my heart today? Feeling your hips release down into the earth, this beautiful earth that we stand upon. You may want to rock from side to side, forward and backwards to allow the hips to release completely, letting go. The spine is neutral yet strong, holding you up. Crown of the head lifts towards the sky. Feeling the weight of the hands on your lap as you release the arms to be heavy. If you're holding in the belly, letting go of the belly, letting it rise and fall naturally with each breath. Just letting go. Releasing any tension in the shoulders. Shoulders are relaxed and down, shoulder blades sliding gradually down the back. Swallowing a couple of times to release any tension in the throat. Letting go of the lips as they sink down the face. Skin around the eyes relaxes. Releasing any tension in the forehead. And with each inhale, scanning from the root all the way to the crown of the head, up the body. Noticing any places that you can let go. And on the exhale, releasing down as you scan back down from the crown of the head to the root. Inhaling, scanning from the root to the crown of the head. Noticing any places you can surrender. Exhaling, back down from the crown of the head to the root. And now bringing your attention back to your breath. Noticing the inhales and the exhales. As the breath comes in and out. You may notice it right inside your nostrils. Noticing how the breath is cool coming in and slightly warmer going out. There will be times when your mind begins to wander, thinking about all the things you want to accomplish today. When that happens, acknowledge with compassion that the mind has wandered, and then bring the attention back to the breath. And as we move into about 4 minutes of silence, you'll continue that cycle, noticing the breath, acknowledging when the mind has wandered, and bringing your attention back to the breath. Coming back into your body. You may notice that your breath immediately begins to deepen. You may notice that you sit up a little bit straighter if you've slumped over during meditation. Bringing your dominant hand to your heart, bringing your other hand to your belly. The hand on the belly reminding us that the breath continues whether we try or not. The hand on the heart reminding us to surrender to the voice inside of ourselves. Closing out our meditation with 2 collective breaths, taking a deep inhale through the nose, opening the mouth and sighing it out. One more time, deep inhale through the nose, opening the mouth and sighing it out. Bringing the hands together at the heart, bowing the head towards the heart, setting an intention for your flow practice today. Your intention may be connected to our group intention of surrender. In what ways are you holding on to things that no longer serve you that you can let go of today on the mat? Or it could be any other intention that resonates with you in this moment. And then when you're ready, lifting your head, blinking your eyes open, releasing the hands back down to the lap. We'll start with some seated twists. So bringing the right hand to the left knee, bringing the left hand behind you. On the inhale, lifting. On the exhale, twisting with the torso. The torso and the heart lead, the head follows. Inhale, lifting. Exhale, twisting a little bit more. One more time, inhale, lifting. Exhale, twisting. And then if you still have space in your neck, you can look over that left shoulder. Taking a deep inhale here. Releasing the twist on the exhale, coming back to center. And then taking that left hand to the right knee. Right hand comes behind you. Inhale, lift. Exhale, twist. Inhale, lift. Exhale, twist. One more time. Inhale, lift. Exhale, twist. And then if you have more space, looking over that right shoulder. One of the key components of yoga is that the breath and the movement work together, not against each other. Taking a deep inhale here. Exhale, releasing back to center. Bringing ourselves onto hands and knees. We've been sitting cross-legged for a while, so we'll do some hip circles here. Inhale, shifting forward to the right and then to the back. And back around to the front. Keep going with those hip circles. I don't know about you, but my hips are really sore today for some reason. So this feels really nice. Releasing some of the tension in the hips. Next time you're back at the center. Next time you're back at the center, coming back into a flat back. Wrists are directly underneath the shoulders. Knees are directly underneath the hips. Extending that right foot back to the back of the mat. Toes are on the mat. You can pulse that leg a few times if that feels good. Keeping that foot back, walking the left hand forward to the front of the mat. Feeling that isometric stretch, pulling in both directions. And then on your inhale, lifting that foot and that hand, engaging that core, flexing that right foot to keep that hip level. Taking a deep inhale here. And then on the exhale, releasing that back to tabletop. Moving to the other side. Shifting that left foot all the way to the back of the mat, toes on the mat, pulsing that leg a few times. And then walking that right hand forward to the top of the mat, stretching that right hand forward. And then on your inhale, lifting both the foot and the arm. Foot stays flexed. Take a deep inhale here. Exhale, release down. Tucking the toes, shifting the hips up and back into downward dog. Pedaling those feet to walk the dog. Lifting the right knee, the right foot up and behind. Bringing that right foot between the hands. Releasing that right knee down to the mat. And then shifting the hips back to straighten the right leg. Folding over that right leg for a nice stretch in your hamstrings. Shifting back forward on the inhale, tucking the left toes, shifting that right foot back into downward dog, walking the dog again. Lifting that left leg up and behind, bringing that left foot between the hands, releasing the right knee down. Untucking those right toes and then shifting that hip back to fold over the left leg. On your inhale, shifting back, forward, tucking the toes on the right foot, lifting the right knee, and then stepping that right foot forward to meet the left, coming into a forward fold. Taking your feet a little bit wider than your hips, bending the knees to allow your body to completely release forward and down. Grabbing opposite elbows with your hands, swaying from side to side. Crown of the head reaches towards the earth. Taking a deep inhale here. On the exhale, releasing the arms down to the mat to sink a little bit deeper. On the inhale, sliding the hands up the shins for a flat back. Feeling that in your hamstrings. Exhale, release back down. Inhale, sliding those hands up, flat back. On the exhale, keeping the flat back, bringing the hands to the hips. And then on your inhale, holding on to that flat back, coming all the way up to standing. Bringing those feet in so that they are now hip distance apart. Squeezing the thighs together, the shins together to engage those feet into the earth. You should feel your feet pressing down into the earth. As you lift your heart, shoulders are relaxed, palms down by your side. Tadasana, mountain pose. Inhale, arms up and overhead. Exhale, swan dive forward, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Stepping back into high push-up plank. Feeling your strength here. Asking yourself, even in this strong pose, where can I let go? Taking a deep inhale here. Exhale, releasing all the way down to the mat. Untucking the toes on the inhale, lifting the heart ever so slightly for a baby cobra. Exhale, release back down. Inhale, lifting a little bit more, waking that low back up. Exhale, release back down. One more time. Inhale, lifting the heart as you press the heart forward. Exhale, back down. Tucking the toes, pressing back up to plank. Hips come up and back, downward facing dog, walking the dog. Taking your feet wide, walking the hands back towards the feet. Coming back into your forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, arms come out wide, up to the top. Palms touch, bringing the hands to heart center. Taking a moment here. And now our body should be a little bit warmer, so we're going to flow just a little bit faster. Bringing your feet back to hip distance apart. Inhale, arms come up and overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Walking the hands forward into plank. You're welcome to lower all the way down or move through chaturanga, which is halfway. Inhale for cobra. Exhale, release back down. Inhale to plank. Downward dog on the exhale. Walking the hands back towards the feet. Forward fold. Halfway lift on the inhale. Fold on the exhale. Reverse swan dive back up on the inhale. We're going right back down. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Walk the hands forward into plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale for cobra. Exhale, back down. Inhale to plank. Exhale, downward dog. Lifting the right leg up and behind you. Bringing the right foot between the hands. You're welcome to lower the knee or keep it up. It's up to you. On your inhale, bringing the arms up and overhead for crescent lunge. Anjaneyasana. Inhale here. Exhale, release back down. Step the right foot back into plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, back down. Inhale, plank. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, lift the left leg up behind you. Bring the left foot between the hands on the exhale. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, arms down. Step the right foot forward to meet the left, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Reverse swan dive all the way back up on the inhale. Palms touch. Exhale, hands to heart center. Take 2 deep breaths here. Inhale. Open the mouth. Exhale, let it out. One more time. Inhale. Open the mouth. Let it all out on the exhale. Inhale, arms up and overhead. Releasing the hips down, bending the knees, coming into your chair. Feet are strong and pressing into the earth. Back is long. Take a deep inhale here. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Fold on the exhale. Stepping back into plank on the inhale. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale for cobra. Release back down on the exhale. Plank on the inhale. Downward dog on the exhale. Lifting the left leg up and behind you. Bringing that left foot between the hands. Releasing that right foot down to the mat so that it's parallel to the back of the mat. So you're turning those toes. The entire right foot is parallel to the back of the mat, preparing for warrior two. On your inhale, cartwheeling those arms up and over for warrior two. Hips are facing the side of the mat. Legs are strong, arms are out wide, looking over that left middle finger. A lot of people think that surrender, letting go means being weak, but it's the strongest people that are able to let go of what no longer serves them. Taking a deep inhale here. Exhale, cartwheel those hands back down. Step that left foot back. You're welcome to meet us in downward dog or flow. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale for cobra. Exhale, back down. Plank on the inhale. Downward dog on the exhale. Inhale, lifting that right foot up and behind you. You're doing great. Keep going. Bring that right foot between the hands. I'm tired too. Release that left foot down, parallel to the back of the mat. On your inhale, cartwheel those hands up one more time, warrior two on the other side. Making sure that those arms are strong, that they're not just out there, that they're actually engaged and pressing in both directions. Looking over the middle finger of that right hand. Taking a deep inhale. On the exhale, cartwheel those hands back down. Step that right foot back into plank, our last flow. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale for cobra. Exhale, back down. Inhale for plank. Exhale, downward dog. Walk the dog here. And now taking your feet as wide as your mat, walking your hands towards your feet as you bend your knees, coming into a squat, palms come together at the heart, malasana. You're using your elbows to press into your knees to help you to lift and stay as upright as you can. Do the best you can. Take a deep inhale here. Open the mouth and let it go. One more time, deep inhale here. Open the mouth and let it go. And then placing your hands behind you, come to rest on your bottom. Shifting your feet all the way to the top of your mat. And then coming to lay down on your back. You guys did great. Just take a moment here, just a mini shavasana before we do our cool down stretches, just to acknowledge all that you've already accomplished today. Letting go of any expectations of what you should or should not have been able to do. And congratulating yourself for even just stepping onto your mat today. Bending your knees, bringing your feet flat onto the earth. We're going to do a recline pigeon. Those of you who practice with me know this is one of my favorite cool downs. Bringing the right ankle, to the left knee. You can stay right here and just press with your right hand onto your right thigh. You'll feel a stretch in your hips. You're welcome to stay here. Or you can thread your hands around that left thigh, lifting that left leg. bringing that left leg into a 90-degree angle, flexing the left foot as you pull that leg towards you, finding your point, your edge, where you're getting the stretch that you want and need. No need to go any further. There's nothing to prove. That's the great thing about doing yoga at home. You don't have to have the conversation with yourself of, what is that person doing over there? Why am I not able to do as much as them? You are where you are because that's where you're supposed to be. Taking a deep inhale here. And then on the exhale, releasing that left foot down if it's up. Releasing that right foot down, rocking the knees from side to side. And now let's move to the other side. So bringing that left ankle to the right knee. Once again, you can stay here, just pressing that left leg away to get some engagement in the hip. Or you can thread your hands around that right leg. You can also, if you're having trouble reaching around that leg, you can always use like a belt or a tie as a strap, or if you have a yoga strap, and that can help as well. So making a 90-degree angle with that right leg, flexing that right foot, all these things make a difference. And just releasing and letting go here. I remember when I first started practicing yoga, the cool down was always my favorite part because I felt like I had done the work and earned the relaxation. But what I realize now is that I don't have to earn relaxation. We can relax whenever we want to. We can wake up. Sometimes on Saturdays, I wake up, I eat breakfast, and then I go back to sleep. I don't have to do anything to earn rest. We all deserve rest at any point. Take a deep inhale here. On the exhale, releasing that right foot down. Shifting that left foot down. Rocking the knees from side to side. And then lifting the hips, shifting them about 2 inches to the right. And then releasing the knees down to the left. Taking the arms out wide for a nice spinal twist. Looking over that right shoulder or looking straight up at the sky. If you find that your knee is just kind of hanging, it's not reaching the earth, you can always place something underneath so that the earth comes up to meet your legs. You can also place something between your knees if you're finding too much engagement in your groin. This should feel really good. So if it doesn't, please make adjustments so that you can be comfortable. Taking an inhale here, opening the mouth and sighing it out. Inhale here, opening the mouth and sighing it out. And then on your next inhale, bringing the knees back up to center, shifting the hips about 2 inches to the left this time, allowing the knees to fall down to the right, looking over the left shoulder straight up at the sky. You may notice that I'm constantly throughout our practice reminding you to breathe and breathe deeply. One of the things that people notice, especially in times of great stress, is how often they're not breathing. If you ever notice sometimes that all of a sudden you have to take a deep breath, it's usually because you haven't been breathing. And so the body kicks in and says, we're going to take over and force you to breathe. It's important that we always remember to breathe and breathe deeply. Take a deep breath in. Open the mouth and sigh out. On the next inhale, bring the knees back up to center. Hug the knees into the chest. I know that it's 8:15, so I understand if you have to leave. Rock the knees side to side, giving them a massage to the low back. And then releasing the legs down the mat into Shavasana. Palms come down by your side. Feet are wide. Arms are wide, taking up as much space as you need. This is your space, your time to relax. And just let go. You can always bring a blanket underneath your knees, blanket or a bolster or pillows, whatever makes you comfortable. You can cover yourself with a blanket if you're feeling cold. This is your time. Bringing your attention back into your body, reconnecting with yourself. Noticing any noise or sounds within your space. Noticing the sounds of the day beginning outside. Wiggling your fingers and your toes. Rotating your wrists and your ankles in one direction and then the other. Just waking yourself up. Slowly rotating the head from side to side to bring some movement into the neck. Hugging the knees into the chest, rocking from side to side. And then rolling onto your favorite side. Taking one last moment of stillness to reconnect with the intention you set at the beginning of our practice. Taking a deep inhale here. And then on the exhale, letting go of that intention, knowing that the universe has heard everything that you need and everything that you've done. Pressing yourself up to sitting, finding an easy seat, whatever that means for you. Bringing your hands together at your heart, lifting the heart into the hands, bowing the head once again towards the heart. It has been my honor, as always, to practice with you. May you be happy, may you be healthy, and may you always know peace. The light in me honors and acknowledges the light in each and every one of you. Namaste.